Welcome back to The Vibe. What is an artist who turns his paintings upside down so that he can paint anything he wants to listen to? What do young composers and writers think about the world we're living in 2021? What does loneliness sound like? And what happens when a festival gives artists complete creative license to do whatever they want to? These are just some of the questions that are being asked and challenged at the Vienna Modern. In a city where people live and breathe music, Vienna Modern has been the link between tradition and innovation, past and future. A year after the festival turned to streaming online due to the pandemic, it's now back fortissimo as in full force. Pablo Gutierrez checks it out.
Music in Vienna is literally in the air. From street performers to world-renowned opera singers and musicians, live performances in this city are as essential as the water that flows down the Danube. But the coronavirus pandemic changed all that. Suddenly, the streets went quiet.
Everything was shut. There were no shops, there were no festivals, no music. So it was pretty depressing to see it in that way.
As the world shut down and stages in this city went dark, organizers of the Vienna Modern Music Festival fought hard against the deafening silence. Musicians filled empty halls with music as cameras streamed the performances to thousands who could watch them on their quarantine at home.
We had over 40,000 people watching the streams.
For music director Bernard Gunther, the task this year is much different. Bringing back to the stage contemporary music is essential. This art form is best experienced live since it doesn't stick to old ideologies or musical rules. Every piece explores new ways of making music.
Contemporary music is an alternative to the mainstream that's sort of deafening or blinding us.
And there is no bigger stage in the world to bring this type of music to the masses.
In the case of Film Modern, almost 5 weeks, 120 performances, and 80 world premieres.
The Vienna Modern Music Festival this year is a celebration of life. Its motto, do what you want. Do what you want because we couldn't do that for so many months due to the coronavirus pandemic that brought this city to a halt and threatened to silence the world's music capital.
For some artists, composers, and musicians, months of introspection on the fragility of our human condition has had an effect on modern music.
I personally see much more how the world is falling down all around us. But I think our work and Michael Hirsch, the composer's work, has always been about a world that is crumbling.
Stephanie Flashman penned the new opera Poppaea that retells the story of Emperor Nero, his wife, Empress Poppaea, and the burning of Rome.
We wanted to look at where is the empathy in a person. What is the trajectory of a person who desires power, desires a voice?
The last few months have made one thing clear, and that is how much we are dependent on technology just to communicate with each other. So can a tool become a weapon? Composer Elizabeth Shimana explores this with her latest work.
With Fugit, composer Elizabeth Shimana breathes new life to William Gibson's cyberpunk trilogy, The Bridge.
I thought, how could it be possible to bring this on stage? Which is not an easy thing, because it's a 1,000-page book.
Shimana recreates a world where technology and traumatic change intersect to deliver a stern warning.
As human beings, create tools but it's also important to understand what are we doing with these tools.
And as the music fades and applause once again fills the theaters, we are reminded of how vital this communion between performers, musicians, and the audience truly is.
It's the voices of the music and how it resonates on our bodies, and being in a room with a group of people in community experiencing a story that we lost